My name is Michael, and I'm going to read a book to you today. A book with the title, Hey Al. And you see the cover? It's a nice book. It's a book about a man who lives on the west side of the city of New York. And if we look here, we see a mop and a bucket and a scrub brush. Those are things that Al uses as he works. Now this story is written by Arthur Yorinks, and the pictures were drawn by Richard Egielski. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy both the story and the pictures as we read. The story begins. Al, a nice man, a quiet man, a janitor, lived in one room on the west side with his faithful dog, Eddie. They ate together, they worked together, they watched TV together. What could be bad? Here we see a picture of Al and his dog, Eddie. Now, what do you notice about that story, about that picture? The story told us that Eddie went with Al and helped him. So what's he carrying in his mouth? Interesting, isn't it? So what could be bad? Plenty. Look at this dump, Eddie growled. We can't have a house? A little backyard to run around in for a change? Oh sure, Al snapped. Today it's a house you want. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe the moon. The moon? The moon, Eddie howled. Pigeons live better than us. No, life wasn't easy for Al and Eddie. They were always working, always struggling. It was always something. And there you can see a little bit about how Eddie and Al were living. Not very much space, was it? Now, the story continues. One morning, while Al was shaving, a voice called to him. Hey Al, it said. Al turned and saw a bird, a large bird. Look at that. Big bird poking his head through the window, huh? Al, said the bird, are you working too hard, still struggling and going nowhere? Listen, have I got a place for you? No worries, no cares. It's terrific. Huh? Al said. He was confused. Al, you need a change. Tomorrow, come and be my guest. Eddie too. You'll see, you'll love it. Then, with a few flaps, the bird was gone. You can imagine that evening's conversation. Eddie was already packing. What? Just quit my job? Al said. There's more to life than mops and pails, Eddie insisted, but that's it. We're going. I don't want to hear another word. At dawn, they were both in the bathroom, waiting. Can you see the picture? There they are, waiting. And Eddie's got his paws up on the windowsill. He just can't wait for it to happen. Huh? And if you look a little bit, you see their suitcases packed. The large bird appeared, and Al and Eddie were ferried thousands of feet upward to an island in the sky. Look at this picture. Look at it. There the bird has Al, and there's Eddie in Al's arms. There they go, flying off to an island in the sky. Unbelievable. Lush trees, rolling hills, gorgeous grass, birds flitted to and fro, waterfalls cascaded into shimmering pools. Would you look at this view, Eddie said. Wow, said Al. There they are. They come to the island in the sky. Look at it, the bird has them, and they're looking around. Look at the waterfalls, all the beautiful things, all the things that Eddie wished that he had, and that Al probably also wished he had. A nice place to live. Birds sang and brought them food. They ate. They drank. They swam. They sunbathed. They never had it so good. So, Al, is this so terrible? The large bird asked. What a life, Al cooed. A guy could live like this forever. The days passed blissfully as memories of their old life slowly faded. Al and Eddie decided that this was ecstasy. Look at the good life they've got there. Huh? Look at the good life. Eddie's got his green grass he can jump around on. Al is enjoying taking a spa bath. And there's also that big bird that brought them there. Having trouble turning the pages. But ripe fruit soon spoils. One morning, Al woke up and shrieked, Eddie, look at us! We're turning into birds. Indeed, their eyes were a little beady, their noses a bit beak-like. We've got to get out of here, he croaked. Wings sprouted, tail feathers plumed. Look at that. Look at that. Look at Al and Eddie. They were starting to look like birds. Do you think they were changing into birds? Huh? Let's find out. Take us back, Eddie quacked. I don't want to be a bird. I'd rather mop floors, he honked, as they both flapped furiously and rose into the air. Look at that. So, Eddie's got wings and tail feathers. Yep, they were turning into birds. And Eddie didn't like it, huh? "Eddie, be careful. Follow me," Al squawked. But Eddie, in a frenzy, was flying in circles higher and higher. Exhausted, straining to stay aloft, he plunged into the open sea and was gone. So there's Al, flying back home. And Eddie? What's happening with Eddie? Huh? He's getting all upset. And he falls into the sea. Uh-oh. Al barely made it home in one piece. Alone without his friend, he was heartbroken. Oh, look at Al. He's so sad he lost his friend, huh? He's home, but he lost his friend. But fortunately, Eddie was a talented swimmer, and in no time he found his way back to the west side. "Eddie!" Al cried. "Oh, Al, look, the friends are back together. Is that good or what?" And it says, paradise lost is sometimes heaven found. And there Al and Eddie are, and they're fixing up their little apartment. Some new paint, making it into a place they could like to be. So, this is the back cover with a whole bunch of birds on it. So now I have a couple of questions for you. Would you like to be a bird? Do you like being who you are? Maybe it'd be okay to be a bird for a day, or maybe for a minute or two. But it's pretty good to be you. And that's what this story lets us know. It's good to be us. And it also teaches us that it's good to have a friend. Al thought he lost his friend, and then his friend came back up. And they were happy together. They didn't have all the great things, but they had one another. They had a place they called home, and they knew who they were. You think about yourself. Are you happy to be you? And if you weren't you, would you really be happier? If you like this story, our library in Grafton has this book. You can take it home and read it with your mom and dad. And if you can read it yourself. And we have lots of books, good books, that you can read and enjoy. And we'd like you to come and find a book that you like and take it home with you and then bring it back so someone else can read it. Please join us with the adventures of reading, the joys of reading, and also for some of the thoughts that a book puts in our head. Thoughts like this book. Is it really so bad to be you? If things were lots better, might they be worse? These are things to think about. And that's what books do. They get us to think. Please join us in the adventure of reading books at Grafton Public Library. Thank you.